going across 5 African countries and then over the Atlantic and then into the Amazon. Wow, it's going to be a really exciting journey.
Yeah, it will because it will be a comparison because crossing global south, crossing through the Namibia desert, and then getting to the Amazon forest. It's two different worlds. So we have to get stories from this side and the other side.
We only experience such adventures in movies, but I can't wait for the versions of these riders after this journey. Hello everyone, welcome back to Life as a Young Activist, Cycle for Hope, Pedaling for Justice to COP30 mini-series. In this 4-part mini-series, we explored earlier in the previous episode the stories of the riders, and we are approaching the second segment right now to get to learn more about the core team behind this amazing and powerful initiative. Today we are joined by Mary Maina. She is a project manager of this Cycle for Hope, Cycle COP30 initiative, and also part of the Wheels for Climate. Today we're going to hear her part of the story of why she joined this initiative and what she's truly championing for behind the wheels, or let's say, yes, behind the wheels. Thank you very much for joining. I am your host, Bay, and welcome to the studio, Mary.
Asante, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. So we've been talking about Cycle for Hope for a very long time now, and ever since its official announcement a couple of months ago, I think it was around April.
Yeah.
And most of the people thought that this idea was just crazy. It was one of those. But you guys have really worked in the background to make this come to the point it is right now. I'm aware that's the only remaining takeoff, right? So maybe you could tell us more about that. But before we get into it, we want to know who Mary is. Tell us about you, and when did your passion for climate advocacy start?
Okay, Mary is a girl raised in Kenya, born in the deep suburbs of Nyandarua County.
Yeah.
So my passion for climate change started 2023 when we had the Africa Climate Week. My education background was in automotive engineering, and I never had the knowledge about how I can come in. From where I come, maybe people think climate change is just planting trees and plastic pollution.
Yeah.
So for me, I think I'm not in that area. And then later on, when I got a chance to go to Africa Climate Week, I was so challenged to see young people doing things, making it happen. I got into rooms on the e-mobility, and I grew interest. By that time, I was also doing a course on electric mobility, electric vehicle dynamics. So from there on, the fire started burning. I started doing projects on recycling of lithium-ion batteries from electric vehicles, and also I got into vertical windmills, which were still on research. And now when Wheels for Climate approached me, I was like, okay, I'll make this happen. Now that they have tried for 3 years, I'm like, okay, I have a background also in project management. I was like, okay, I have to make this happen. And I took the role, so happy, yeah.
Amazing. It's a really inspiring story when you look at this initiative. They've tried it for 3 years. They've tried it in 2023 for COP27, COP28, right? And 29, all of them, they had this hope for riding to COP30 to make a statement that was inspired by real African climate stories. So it's really amazing that the resilience behind the riders. I met them just a while ago, and it was really interesting to get their stories. But maybe you could tell us, what drew you to this youth-led action, and what does it mean for you to lead such a project, Cycle for Hope, cycling to COP30?
Okay, I think the climate change, the sustainability is an urgency issue. that need to be approached and needs to be looked on. And as a youth agency, at a youth-led initiative, it's our role to bring that. Everyone has the capacity at different levels and capability, so it's upon you to take the capability. And also on the Wheels for Climate, it's a journey that will amplify the African voices. Our story won't be told out there by foreigners. It's us who be creating the story and bringing it out there. So it's us creating the story. It's African creating us. We are the ones who know our problems, and we are the one who can express them out there so well, other than foreigners and people coming from out there and then knowing our problems, and they can't tell the story like we can tell. And also for me, it's a personal growth. I'll take this from doing a grassroots project and now doing a continental project.
Yeah.
It's a challenge, but I'll face it. Yeah.
True, and it brings us to the next question, because I also am going to highlight again how this has not worked for 3 years. And I understand from how we spoke with the riders a few days ago, they mentioned one of the core reasons they failed was funding and the team and the inconsistencies in the management, right? As a project manager, what has it taken to turn this ride into an idea, into this idea into something real?
Okay.
The content crossing kind of initiative.
Okay, at first I think most of the fails they had experienced it because maybe they had someone on the team who didn't have the idea at heart. Like it's my responsibility. So for me, I took it as a responsibility. It's at my heart. I have to push them. I have to be aggressive on getting it. Yeah. So one of the key things that we are doing to make it possible, it's have to be on continuous transit, trying to get visas, trying to securing funding, and also following safety protocols. And also community engagement. We need the community to understand what we are doing. And also to reach to the grassroots, we are also using influencers who will help us get to the grassroots. So that's what matters for now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty direct and also very clear the way you put it, because it's really strategic and realistic, because you say visas. I know, of course, you are riding across countries, but again, certain policies must remain. It does not matter if you're riding or you're flying, right?
Yeah.
It still matters. Maybe you could tell us more about the movement. And you mentioned the communities and the grassroots stories from the grassroots level. How has that visa acquisition been with, having, we are aware that it was from 29 riders, potential riders, now trimmed down to only 3. How is that process going?
Okay, for now I'll say it's a bit tough. The main challenge that I'm facing is securing funding. Once I have the funding, I'll be able to go knock to these immigration offices, because most of them have committed, but we need money to apply for these visas. We need money to ensure our riders have their passports and yellow fever cards. And also, we need permits to be able to cross borders. Yeah. So main agenda here is funding, because they also need their health insurance, travel insurance. We need to keep them safe and bring them back here safe. So main challenge have been that funding. Yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah, true. It is really an interesting journey. Maybe we can talk about some of the biggest lessons you have learned managing such a diverse cross-border initiative.
Okay, working with a team, number one, you have to have trust and transparency. You know, when bringing a team, you're working with different people with different backgrounds. Yeah. So I have to bring them together and then have trust, because I can't do everything alone. I can't be on the road, I can't be on the project, I can't be in financing. So you have to create trust into different departmentals. Yeah, so have to trust and also reasoning. I have to reason to the people. I have to reason. Before acting, I have to sit down and reason to them.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so this is this and we're doing. And then I'm like, okay, now let's sit down and reason together. And also co-creation. Yeah, so they are creating this. We come together and create it together. You can't, it takes a village to do it. So,
Sure.
yeah.
It takes a whole community.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, this is a really powerful initiative. They mentioned that they are going to be having climate cafes, 2 or 3 per country as they move. Maybe you could tell us something about the influencers who are going to be connecting the communities with the riders of the communities.
Okay, for the climate cafes, we are trying to engage different climate activists or ambassadors to engage the community, because they better know the community. So I'll have maybe an influencer in climate influencer in Tanzania, and then tell them we are planning for this and this. They'll help us mobilizing the community, and also we'll go there, be able to share ideas differently, and then after that we'll document the story, and then at end we'll analyze the stories, and they'll be presented at COP.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is going to be powerful. I'm looking forward to how it's going to be received by the people, by everyone at COP. You mentioned something really interesting in your introduction earlier. You said you were really passionate about e-mobility as well. And you also have a part, you're working with eBikes Africa, right? Maybe you could tell us why this journey was chosen to be taken just by riding. Why not any other form, any other medium of transport?
Okay. On the journey, we'll be using electric bikes. Number one, we are trying to show people you can cross continents with zero carbon emission. I can go cross borders with zero carbon emission. And also the empowerment. We have to empower youth. This is not for our bikes, is not just for riding for leisure. For them, it's a source of income. We have riders who use them for deliveries. So we are putting the youth in a position that they'll be able to get funds to fund their lives. So, yeah, and that it's an affordable means of transport. A bike, I think it's the most affordable.
So a car or a motorbike or something.
Yeah, for a bicycle, it's just you and your energy. And now with the electric bikes, it's much better.
It's amazing. Do you envision a future where we're only going to be seeing bikes around? No more.
Yeah, in the urban planning sector. Well, like for instance, in Nairobi, we experience crazy traffic.
Yeah.
Yes. And most people, maybe they fear riding the normal bike, the mechanical bike, because I can't be on a bike, I'm cycling, I'm going to the office, maybe I'll sweat. But now with the electric bikes, it's easier.
It's easier.
Yeah, because I just need to open my bike throttle, and then we are off on the road.
Yeah.
And then the speed is good. When I cycle, it goes 4 times faster. So so I envision a country where we won't be having those traffic jams. I can just go park my bike, get to the office in the evening, take my bike,
go back
right?
home.
Yeah. Only for the long distances, that's when we can use the electric buses, which are coming up so well here in Kenya.
Yeah. There are also the electric
bikes,
vehicles, electric buses now.
Yeah.
They're quite becoming a number, quite getting a lot they're filling the streets in Nairobi nowadays, right? And maybe you talked about the speed. How far can an electric bike go? The one that you guys have at eBikes.
Okay, when not pedaling and you just on
At
full
speed-
throttle,
speed per
it
hour?
goes up to 40 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
Yeah, but it has a maximum of 80 when the throttle is open, you have, you're using the electric power and the manpower like you're cycling.
80 per
Yes.
hour.
Yeah, that's why it is easier for riders to use them.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And when it's fully charged, the battery, when it's fully charged, you can cover up to 80 kilometers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. You should definitely grab a bike and try it out, because if you can get somewhere, because let's compare these places, right? These two locations, Rongai and Nairobi are, I think, around 22 kilometers apart. And normally for a car, it would take only 16 minutes to get there, 16.5 minutes. Now, if you were on a bike, you'd get there the same time.
Yeah, and also you don't have the inconvenience of traffic. You can just penetrate it.
True.
Yeah.
It takes hours for people who get from Rongai to Nairobi.
Because of traffic.
Because of the traffic. But
Yeah.
literally speaking, if you go 80 kilometers per hour, or maybe just do it 40 because of the
Safety.
stops and everything.
Yeah.
You could get there less than 30 minutes you can get in town. Wow. This is the future, and I'm really, really excited talking to it about it with you right now. But maybe you could talk to us also about how eBikes chose to partner with Cycle to COP30, CycleForHope initiative. What did they see? Because I'm aware the eBikes is more on providing opportunities for youth and also trying to advocate for climate justice and to reduce the carbon emissions and everything, but also providing economic opportunities for youth who are doing the delivery services for other companies. Why did they choose to actually participate in this?
Okay, so for Waste to Climate, they approached us. And when they approached us, we were able to sit down and saw our vision and their vision. We are on the same line. So for us, supporting them was an easy job. We are empowering the youth.
Yeah.
We are creating, we are creating visibility to the electric mobility. And also, mostly zero carbon. Yeah. So we decided to offer them with technical support. We'll be providing the bikes, the spare parts. And also we have been teaching them on how to
use them.
Yeah, to use them. And also maybe trouble comes, maybe the bike, we got a puncture, or they can now service their own bikes. We have provided that.
Wow, capacity.
Yeah. Yes.
That's amazing. And maybe there are two interesting concepts here I wanted us to break down or to talk about: the green mobility and energy justice. Right? Maybe you could tell us what's the relationship between the two?
Okay, clean mobility and climate justice. Yeah, for clean mobility, we are giving zero carbon. So we are giving the environment, we are justifying, like, okay, this environment needs not to be polluted. It needs to be clean for all of us. This is the air we breathe, and if we continue, we know the consequences: global warming, respiratory issues, and also noise pollution. So for us, we are giving the environment what it needs. We are trying to reduce the carbon. We are giving zero carbon emissions. Yeah, because even for I'll comment, even for the power, how to power up the electric battery, we are using electricity and also solar panels.
Renewable energy.
Yeah, renewable energy. And also when it gets to the end of life of these batteries, we give them a second life for other uses. Like if it could power a bike, maybe we take the cells, they are not yet degraded, so we take them, repackage them, and use them for maybe power storages at home, power backups. Yes, like we are trying to ensure nothing goes to waste.
Yes.
And yeah, that's what our climate needs. We need to give it the best for it to give us the best.
Wow. This is just really exciting. Thank you for coming and sharing this with us. Now let's get back to you. And you mentioned you are a climate advocate, and when you step into the youth space, you saw a lot of youths that were doing a lot of crazy, amazing things. And you also saw climate advocacy as something that was necessary, because back home, from where you come from, you said climate change is something that is not really talked about. People they think it's just natural occurrence, but they don't really know it's influenced by, human activity, right? Maybe you could tell us, what does climate justice look for you? Because now we can talk about the climate advocacy, the youth power, and also the road to COP.
Okay, having the first hand from where I come and the effect that it has taken. I remember when growing up, we had these, we could experience rains, no drought, and food was in plenty. I come from a very rich county where we have rich soils and everything. But now things have changed. We have been getting long times where we get the sun and then drought, and then we have seasonal rivers. We are in the highlands. So many rivers come from the abundant ridges. So most of them have been drying. You can imagine if rivers are drying from the source, what about the other people who depend on the river down the country? So for me, it's about clean energy and also taking part in it and also engaging the community. The community needs to know. Like, it's not just about, people take it like it's not us, it's them. Yeah, it starts with you. It's you. That tree on your compound, please don't cut it, conserve it, plant more. Yeah, because from my area, I'll say the main effect, we don't have much of industrialization. I'll say it's the deforestation. Yeah, deforestation have caused us a lot. And you can see so many lands. There was a forest there now. People are into farming. But also, I'll look at it as also in the economic side. We need government policies that support. On the economic side, if the economy is doing well in a country, people won't have the urge to maybe cut the trees and sell them because they are trying to make ends meet. So people just cut trees and sell them without thinking the consequences. For them, it will feed me today and tomorrow. Yeah, so they don't think about the future. So, and also education. The community needs to get educated. Yeah.
I really like the fact that you finished it with education, because my instant follow-up question was, maybe who are doing this and why are they doing this? Don't they know that this is something that could get back to them, right? And I was thinking of it happening in two ways: the people who are coming in and the people from within, right? And you talked about education. I'll get back to that, but let's talk about the community impact this climate change has had. What are the long droughts and also the seasonal rivers? What are the implications? How did it affect the community?
Okay, the community, when we have drought, hunger crisis, when we don't have water, even our livestock dies. And also we can't survive without water. It has greatly hit us. And also with the climate change, also whenever we get rains, we get lots of it, like we have flooding. And maybe even it destroys the plants in our farms because of erosion. And we don't have that much knowledge on the cultivation methods that we use. They're just focused on what the outcome, the money that I make, but not the future. Yeah, so you find people even using so much chemicals on their lands, destroying, like polluting the soil. Yeah, so those are some of the cases we experience. Yeah, and people, due to lack of knowledge, that's the effect. And also, I'll say this: people have the controversy. Will pray to God. I'll say God helps those who help themselves.
True.
Yeah, He brings rains, but we have polluted His environment. How do you expect us to get the rains? So we have to take care of our environment, and then everything will flow naturally. Yeah, we have to leave it better than we found it. I believe in that. Yeah,
We have to live it better than we found it. One of the writers, Hashum, he said yesterday that the world, Earth can survive without us, but we can't survive without the Earth. Right? And that is something really important, like looking at the way the context of your community right now. Now, I said we'll get back to education. How is it? What's the status quo? Have there been any improvements to champion against the deforestation and the climate conditions that are negatively impacting the community at the moment?
Okay, with the implications that my community have faced, now people are trying to learn, like learning from our mistakes. And also we are trying to get the youth, the youth, they are the future, from kids, to make them know it's this, you should not pollute the environment, you should not cut down trees, different practices. So as long as it grows from the young ones to the youth to the older ones, now that the community will evolve around that. So I believe it's about going to the grassroots, educating them, and then we get everything else in place. So, and also empowering our youth, because at point we have a gap. Yeah, like youth, they are not resent true, but they have a lot of innovative ideas that could change the planet. They have, when encouraged, they can do magic. I'll say that.
They can do magic.
Yes.
I like the way you said that. Now, you talked about education, and you said bringing education to the community. What do you think between the indigenous knowledge and climate conservation or environmental conservation and the innovation that's just up in the charts out here, led by the youth? Okay, let's talk about the indigenous knowledge. Do you think it's really considered a form of education for the people who are coming in the community, or the people who are living in the community?
Yeah, I believe so.
And is it acknowledged enough?
No. It's not yet acknowledged enough. Yeah, like right now, if I go to my grandmom, the knowledge she has about environment, the knowledge she's telling you about, you're like, okay, well.
Science has not discovered this yet.
yes. So it's not yet well acknowledged. Yes, and I believe that gap should be filled. We should write this down. This should be kept in records that we can use it from time to time. Yeah.
Wow. I was also talking with Fellow, one of the writers, and she said science is a way of just explaining things, right? Things that we know from from the indigenous education, but now science comes with a more in-depth look into it, explaining why this is the way it is, right? It's really good that it should be acknowledged. And do you think the education coming from outside would help the community as much?
I think it's a synergy. Like, we have to match the knowledge. We can't say no, but we have to come. We match the knowledge and we see how we can work this out.
The knowledge from out here and the indigenous one.
Yes, like we have to, the new science and the indigenous, when they come together, I think we can do more. Because with the knowledge, we need to sit down and analyze and also reason out, and we see which would be the best. And also maybe for the new knowledge about the education. Yeah, that's where the government comes in the curriculum. So they should add that, like a topic on environment, taking care of the environment, how someone can come in. Because I remember when growing up, the curriculum that we used, it was about the maybe it was not in depth. I'll say that deforestation, afforestation, whatever. Then you're like polluting rivers. I'm like, okay, so what are the implications? We need to learn that into depth, and everyone have a space in it. It's not others, it's you. Everyone has a space in that.
Everyone has a responsibility, even the 5-year-old, right?
Yes. Yeah, that happens even for a 5-year-old, maybe a paper of sweet. Yeah, starts from there. If they know you have to dispose it correctly, not just dumping it anyhow. Yeah, and that will grow with them. Yeah.
Wow. Yes, so we should introduce more focused topic or even a subject on climate conservation or climate change.
Yeah.
And see how everyone could be accountable to take responsibility for the future, right? I had amazing sessions with the riders, and I can't help but come back to what they said. One of the riders said, "We need to be doing this because the future that we are hoping for, we might not actually see that future. So we don't do it for ourselves. We do it for the future, even though you won't live in that future you are hoping to create." And let's get back to you again. What does it mean to bring frontline voices to the heart of global negotiations like COP30?
Okay.
You're leading this project right now and you're taking these young Africans there. What does it mean?
Okay, for me, it means centering the affected communities.
Centering the affected communities.
Yeah, we have to center them. We don't have, people in there are suffering, but how are they suffering? So we have to center them. Okay, we went there. We found this and this is happening.
Yeah.
I'm from Kenya. This and this is happening to us. So it's centering, narrowing down to what is going on. And also, I'll say it's mostly I'll say it's that, narrowing down, going to the grassroots. I'll repeat that again, grassroots, yeah. I believe for me, every problem have to be solved from the grassroots. We can't just go at the top there trying to curb climate injustice without coming to the grassroots. People need to understand what's going on. And also, for me, it's we have financing, like the global financing of the climate change. Most of this community, because their voices have not been elevated, they get injustice. Yeah, so we have to account that even with the carbon credits. Yes.
Wow. We need to center the community voices, the community stories. And they're really doing a great job. I'm aware they're planning. They're also going to shoot a documentary along the way and also give us a glimpse of the communities they encounter and interact with, because they're going across 5 African countries and then over the Atlantic and then into the Amazon. Wow, it's going to be a really exciting journey.
Yeah, it will because it will be a comparison, because crossing global south, crossing through the Namibia desert, and then getting to the Amazon forest. It's 2 different worlds. So we have to get stories from this side and the other side.
We only experience such adventures in movies, but I can't wait for the versions of these riders after this journey, because Enoch Kiteka said that on the episode the other day. It's really amazing. And now, you when you're introducing yourself, surprisingly, you did not mention something about the Mercedes-Benz Fellowship. We are aware you are a Mercedes-Benz Fellow, and maybe you could tell us about that before we get into the question on how this network and the programs have shaped and opened doors to be part of such initiatives like Cycle to COP and Wheels for Climate and eBikes. Tell us about Mercedes-Benz Fellowship.
Okay, for Mercedes-Benz Fellowship, it's a global community that involves amplifying the voices of the youth, the innovative projects that are on climate positive change. So I'm still a fellow. I'm in the second year. I just completed my first year.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's a good project where you get to involve with global leaders, peers, and also they help you, give you mentors in the projects that you're working on.
Yes.
Yeah, they elevate your voice, they give you grants to execute the project you're working on. It's a hybrid project. Even you have to travel and experience other communities and hear their stories and interchange.
I see why you're passionate about this Cycle for Hope thing now.
Yeah.
It all makes sense. Yeah.
True.
And maybe you could tell us how have the networks and the programs from the fellowship, like that open leadership and like shaped your leadership and opened doors.
Okay.
How was it?
Okay. Number one, when I got to the Mercedes-Benz Fellowship, I was given mentors. Yeah, we had mentors and venture coaches. So you have to be followed narrowly. Like I have a mentor who is for me, who I can talk to them about myself. And for the mentors, they don't just choose everyone. They also narrow down to the people who are in this, who love this, who have it at heart. I'll say that. So when you get a mentor, you'll be able to learn from them. You'll be able to reason out things with them. And also you're given a global space, a global exposure to interact with different communities, to interact with different peers globally, because it's a global movement. Right now, if I want to know the problems happening in India, I know who to contact. South Africa, I know who to contact because we are fellows in the same project. And also we create synergies between ourselves. I can partner with someone in a different country and we can work together and compare the problem they are facing and the problem that I'm facing. Yeah.
Wow. The global connections.
Yeah.
That is really amazing.
Yeah, and also I almost forgot, they give you an influential network.
Wow.
Yeah, like they put you out there and this Mary, she's doing this and this. Maybe we can support her in doing this and this. So that's our global space. And I'm also working on also amplifying the voice and also our journey with them, journey to COP. I'm working on that currently.
You're walking through an open door and also holding it open for the others.
Yes, you have to hold others' hands because also my hand was, someone had to take my hand to take me there. So you have to hold each other's hands and you have to make this happen. It's not like it's just happening for me. It's something that will impact the whole world, the whole community, and give back to community. Yeah, that's why you go out there, so that you can change your community to bring better. Yeah.
It is amazing. Thank you very much, and it's beautiful the way you said it, because community is everything. This year, the theme, when the world was celebrating refugees, they had a theme, solidarity with refugees, and also one of the main themes as well was community as a superpower.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you're saying right now, because if you come in as a community of fellows who are working for a greater good of the entire world, right, through different innovative projects, and then you are connected, someone from Southeast Asia, someone from North America, you're connecting. So it's something really amazing. And maybe as we wrap up, we can have maybe reflections and to just get your forward momentum. What advice would you give young African women looking to step into the leadership space, leadership roles?
Start now.
Start now.
Yeah, you have to start now.
Wow.
Yeah, and also you have to bring solidarity. We have to be in Soledad. Like, it's not just me. I have to find mentors. I have to have a peer network, and I also have to impact others. Just like I'm doing, I was impacted. Now I'm impacting others.
Amazing.
Yeah. And on starting now, you have all the skills. Whatever you have in mind, that's what we want. And also, you have to read broadly. You have to go out, chest out, and then you are out there giving ideas. You have to be confident about yourself, and people will start believing in you. And also, maybe that idea you're sitting on, it's what we need. Yeah, so key point, start now. Time is now.
Yeah, it's it's really fascinating. And it's also a little bit worrying and concerning how many people, how many great leaders are just lying in their rooms, unsure of how to start, right? And then because they would see someone who just 2 years into their work, into their leadership activities, into their leadership roles, making it and becoming really impactful in the world, and then they'll be like, I don't have what it takes, right? So starting now is scarier than it seems, Yeah, it is scarier because it's kind of more than an understatement when you say, just start, and then you be like, what? No.
Yeah, okay, it's a matter of believing in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said something beautiful.
Yeah, it's about a matter of believing in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And out there, you'll find someone to hold your hand. There's always someone for you. Do not give up. Like, today, go talk about this. No, it's a journey. It's a journey that you have to grow. It's a journey that requires persistence. Today, tomorrow, and the other day. Yeah. So you just put your heart in that. Do it. And one day we'll see it working, and you'll be like, oh my God. Yeah, what seemed like a small idea, it's now in action and it's helping people. That's the best satisfactory thing you will ever experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You said something amazing. People start believing in yourself when you believe in yourself.
Yes.
Like, people started believing in you when you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Right. So
if they see confidence, the confidence you have, they'll be confident in you. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Right. So on our closing round, one climate innovation. Maybe tell us about one climate innovation that excites you.
Okay, one climate innovation that excites me is the one I'm working on. Yeah, so I'm having a startup. It's called Lithogen East Africa. You can search it on the web. It's a company that will focus on using batteries from electric vehicles. Wow. We have a first prototype that is on. We have been using batteries from hybrid vehicles. After the end of life, okay, when I say end of life in a vehicle, it's always 60 to 70% of the capacity.
Yeah.
So where do we take the rest of the capacity? I take the batteries. If it can't power a vehicle, it can't power a house. I take the batteries, we test them, we repackage them, and we give them to communities powered by either solar panels and also wind turbines. I mentioned I'm working also on a project on vertical wind turbines.
Yeah.
These are not the huge, enormous turbines we're used to. It's a turbine that just fixed on your house.
Yeah.
And it will charge your batteries day and night. Yeah, they are small, portable. And also for the batteries, compared to the lead-acid batteries, you get up to 10 years of life.
Wow.
Yeah, until the complete degradation. And out from the end, complete after the end of second life, we don't end up there. We don't want to dispose these batteries carelessly. We crush them, separate maybe the plastic materials and the black mass. The black mass is exported. We have companies that are extracting minerals from the black mass. So it's a circular. I'll say it's circular. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is really exciting. It is really exciting. Thank you very much, Mary, for joining us today. This has been an amazing session. And whatever you advocating for and whatever you embody is what we truly believe in here at Life as a Young Activist, because Life as a Young Activist is it's it's just a small gathering of community of activists. It could be from this local even to the global platforms. The tagline is, amplifying the voices from the grassroots and on the front lines. And you are there. You are both on the grassroots and on the front lines.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a great opportunity to express myself, my thoughts.
True.
And I feel I'm so proud of myself.
You should be, of course. You should be proud of yourself. You're working on great things, and we are honored to have you here. And for our audience, thank you for joining us. And Cycle for Hope is on the go. Join the campaign by using the hashtag CycleForHope and follow Wheels for Climate for more updates, and also at Life as a Young Activist, where we'll be updating you about the rider's journey. This journey is not just a ride. 3 African youth are riding across 5 countries, across where they're going to be having the harshest realities of life, and they're doing this because they believe in the hope of Africa. So if you want to join the ride, reach out, and they're going to be passing across 5 African countries. You're going to see them listed down in the description below. Join the ride and see how you could be part of this initiative, and also if you can also support in any other means possible. You'll be assured that it won't go to waste. Definitely, thank you very much for joining, and we are still on the second part of the series, Cycle for Hope, pedaling for justice to COP30. Thank you for joining us, and have a nice time.
Okay, thank you.